How to draw a candle. Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. Today I'm going to show you how to draw this cute candle with coloring pencils step by step. This is an easy drawing lesson for kids, beginners, and kids of all ages. Hi everyone! Welcome to Rain Francis Art for Kids. My name is Rain. In this series, Halloween Party, we draw and paint and create everything that has to do with this spooky season of Halloween. So let's begin. This is what you'll need for today's drawing. You're going to need a piece of paper. I have my dollar store drawing pad here. It's 11 inches by 8.5. You're going to need a pencil and an eraser. And I have this old paintbrush that I use to dust off my page from eraser bits and little pieces of dust. Now for color, we're going to be using coloring pencils. Now today I've got yellow and I've got orange. And I also have two other shades here. I have sort of a light yellowy orange and a darker yellowy orange. If you don't have these, you can just use yellow and orange. I've got kind of a brownish color for the wick of the candle. And for the candle holder, I have two shades of purple. One is kind of a lilac color and one is kind of a dark color or a medium purple. But if you don't have to use these either. This is for the stand. You can use any color you want. If you want to use just purple, or you can use blue or silver or gold, whatever you like. I also have a black Sharpie marker. And as usual, I have my fine tipped black marker for outlining. So why don't I clear off my workspace and we can begin drawing our candle. It's October, so it's the perfect time of the year to start drawing candles. This is going to be fun. So for our candle, we're going to start by drawing a very thin oval. That's the top of the candle, right there. Now we have to draw some wax that's kind of dripping a little bit off the candle, because as the candle burns, the wax melts and starts to drip, right? So why don't we do this? We've got some drippy parts here and maybe a few like this, and then on this side we've got a drippy part here. Okay, so I'm going to draw the wick right away. I'm going to draw it a little curved up like that. Doesn't look like a candle yet, but it will. So now let's draw the flame. Now the flame goes like this and it goes through the wick. There we go. Now I'm going to draw the candle. So you see where we ended this long oval here? We want to make sure that we try to go along the same line. You see what I mean? So it kind of comes down about here. And I'm going to draw a rounded bottom like this. Now I'm going to draw the stand of the candle. And it's going to come out about here. And again, it's going to be another kind of an oval shape like this. And then down here we've got a little part on the bottom so that the stand will stand. And it's one of those old-fashioned types, so it's got a handle on it, you know, so you can carry it around in the dark at night when it's all dark and scary. So watch how I do that. We're going to draw it like this, and it's going to reach the bottom of the stand there. And we follow the same line. And there's our stand, and that's our candle. Now, before we start coloring in, I am going to just draw two oval eyes here, because I try to put a nice little face on all of my drawings. And the pupils. And we'll just leave it like that, and we can put in the details later. So that's our candle. Let me move this up a bit so you can see it better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline right away with my fine tip black marker. I'm not going to worry about my pencil lines because I'm going to erase them, but I'm going to try to follow the pencil lines as best I can. But if I go outside the pencil lines, to me, no big deal because I'm erasing them anyway. But if you don't feel like erasing your pencil marks, try to stay on your pencil outline, okay? So I'm just going to outline everything. All of my dogs are in here with me. I say that all the time when it's true. And they're all kind of falling asleep right now. So you might hear some snoring soon. I actually started this video before and I had to delete it because one of my dogs, my little puppy dog, he was chewing on one of his toys, but he was right next to me and all you could hear was so I waited until he jumped down, got a drink of water, and then jumped back up onto my bed and fell asleep. So now he's sleeping. And I figured, okay, now's my chance to start this video again. I love my dogs. Some people don't want to hear them all the time in a drawing video though, but that's all right. They're my family. So there I go. I have outlined my candle and I'm going to erase my pencil marks. Now, if you're outlining your candle, make sure that your marker is dry before you start erasing or you're going to smudge everything. I'm using a very light touch to erase my pencil marks. It looks like hair on top of the eyes. It reminds me of like hair. Once we get it all colored in, it'll look great. I hope, I think. I'm sure it will. There we go. So all of my pencil marks are erased, I believe. Oh, I missed a spot here. I like to erase the pencil marks because sometimes when you use yellows and you color, the pencil mark kind of, I don't know, it makes it look dirty in a way. So I don't like to have pencil marks if I'm using yellows especially. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take my yellow and I am basically going to color the entire candle. Every single part of the candle except for the eyes is going to be yellow because we're going to blend in other colors after. Now, if you're using coloring pencils, use a light touch and turn your pencil once in a while so you don't wear it down all on one side, okay? And I'm just going to do that everywhere, just one layer of yellow color, and a layer just means I'm coloring it in once. If I'm using 2 layers, I'm coloring it in twice. And we will be layering with different colors today. It's going to be fun to blend all these colors together. It's going to look great. Don't forget to turn your pencil. And don't press down too hard. Because as we color it in more and more, we're going to get beautiful bright colors. So you don't have to press down too hard. You just have to keep adding layers. Keep coloring it in a second time, a third time, a fourth time. Now I'm just going to be very careful. I don't want to get any yellow into the eyes. And I'm turning my pencil as I go. One of my dogs is licking her toes. You can hear her in the background maybe. They're all so cute. Okay, so I've added one layer of yellow. Now, the second thing I'm going to do is take my orange color, and I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of orange around the sides of the candle. On both sides of the candle, just on the sides here, just a little bit. I might add more later. And around the bottom, sort of in a, imagine it's going in an arc shape, okay? You see what I mean? Just like that. Not a straight line, sort of a rounded shape. That's what I want to do. And I'm not pressing down hard at all, and I am turning my pencil. See how I'm kind of rounding it? So it goes almost like a U shape like that. And I'm going to do the same thing with the flame. Kind of just around the edges of the flame, of the fire. A little bit of orange. Because there's going to be a circle in the middle that we're going to keep only yellow because that's where the brightest part of the fire is. All right, and let's see. I think that's all I'm going to do with the orange. Now I'm taking another shade of orange here. It's like a dark yellowy orange, and I'm going to do the same thing. Kind of in the shape of a U. On the sides and the bottom of the candle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over my orange color. So I'm bringing that dark yellowy orange into the layer of orange that I colored before. So it's kind of blending those colors, and it's creating a nice shade at the same time. And I'm turning my pencil. Okay, so now I'm going to, actually, should I do that? I'll do that with the flame too. I'll just do another thin layer. And I will color over my original orange layer as well, to sort of blend those two colors together. There we go. Now I'll take that other shade of yellow orange. It's kind of a light yellow orange, and I'll start up here too. I'll do another little thin area. And I'm going to go over the orange and everything else that I colored at the same time. So if you think about it, the original layer was yellow. That was the first layer. And then we added orange, second layer. Third layer was the dark yellowy orange. And the fourth layer is this lighter yellowy orange. So in some parts of our drawing, we have 4 layers of color. And it's just really pretty. I love that. Doesn't that look nice? And I'm going to do that down here too. I'm going to add just another thin area, U-shaped area, but being careful not to get that into the eyes. And it's going to come up on the side like this. Turning my pencil. And just like in the flame, I'm going to color in the entire other area of the candle where we have all those different shades of orange. Now, if you don't have all of the colors that I do, and you don't have to, you can just do this whole part orange and then add yellow to it. And I'll show you, because we are going to add yellow again. We're going to do another layer of yellow over everything. It'll just help everything blend really nicely together. Just want to make sure I got everywhere. There we go. I think that's looking really nice. Now I'm going to take my yellow again, and like I said, everywhere is going to get another shade of yellow. Another layer of yellow, I should say. So the middle part of the flame, as well as the entire flame itself, more yellow. It's going to help all of those colors blend in really nicely together. Now, remember I was saying you don't have to press down hard at all when you use coloring pencils? It's because, as you can see, this is one layer, this is two. So if you add layers, you just get really, really nice colors. And you don't have to hurt your hand pressing down hard to get those nice colors. You just have to add layers. And don't forget to turn that pencil. And I'm going to be doing 2 layers of yellow like this. If you want to, you can add 3 or 4 layers. It's your drawing and you should do what you want. But doesn't that look great? Nice and vibrant, very yellow. And remember what I said? Everywhere is getting another layer of yellow, just not in the eyes. And that really blends all of those colors together nicely. You can experiment with different shades of color and blending, you know, and layers and all that. See what you come up with. Now I'm going to concentrate here around the eyes. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that brownish color, and I guess I don't really have to because I outlined it with black, but I'll just go over it, and I'm adding just a little bit more to it to make it a little more thick. And that's it. So now I've got my 2 purples, and if you only have one, that's okay. I'm going to use the lighter purple first, and I'm going to just color in the stand, all with that light purple. And I'm not pressing down hard at all, and I'm turning my pencil. I just like, oh, I went outside the line there, that's okay. You know what, maybe I'll try to erase it. It's not easy to erase coloring pencils, but I did it. Look at this neat eraser, isn't that neat? It's like, you push it like, you know, those pencils. I guess they're called retractable erasers. Okay, that was just me being picky. So I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring in the entire stand here with this light kind of lilac purple color. Get the handle. You could do this with crayons as well, if you have all those nice colors of crayons. Or you could paint this with watercolors, because watercolors blend in very nicely together. Just make sure you have the right paper if you're going to paint it. Especially if you're using watercolors, because watercolors is what it is. Water and color. Lots of water. Gets very wet. So if you don't have a watercolor paper, it might not work on regular paper, depending on how much water you use, how many layers you put on, you know. It might all start to curl up and maybe even rip apart. Okay, how are you guys doing? Now I've got my first layer of purple. I'm going to take that darker purple and I'm going to go over the whole thing again. That's what I decided to do today. Instead of doing 2 layers of the same colors, I'm using different shades of colors to try to blend and make it look super nice. I'm turning my pencil. Purple and yellow look really nice together. One of my dogs just stretched and made a huge noise there. She's so cute. Oh, all of my dogs are cute. I love them all. All right. You see the difference between 1 layer and 2 layers? Makes a big difference no matter how many different shades you use. You get a much nicer color. In this case, we get a nice deep purple. My puppy is dreaming. I was sure he was going to start going, woo, 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 woo. He usually makes those noises when he's dreaming. I wonder what they dream of. Everybody always says they dream of chasing squirrels and rabbits. I'm just going over this with a 3rd layer, just here and there. No big deal. There. I think I'm happy with that. So now what I'm going to do is take my Sharpie marker and I'm just going to fill in the pupils to make them nice and dark so they really stand out on that yellow candle. See? There we go. Oh. He had his little rubber toy and he dropped it while he was sleeping. Now he's awake. So he might start making noise. And he just flopped on the floor. Okay. I have my fine tip black marker. I'm just going to give this little fella some detail. So the first thing I'm going to do, settle down, Benny. The first thing I'm going to do is give him a big smile. He's very happy. So why don't we give him some cheeks? Now the way to do that is you do little semicircles at the end of each side of the mouth. And we'll give him some eyebrows. There we go. And there, my friends, is our candle. Now don't forget to sign your work. I want you to be very proud of the beautiful work of art that you just created. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, my friends, and we will see you next time on Halloween Party. Thanks for watching. Bye.